Okay, we're going to do a video for Rob of the Spyder 2012. We're looking at it. I'm going to go over the highlights of it real fast. We're looking at it from the back. You see that upper light on the back case? That's an option. That's a brake and tail light. It makes it a lot better to see. You can see the trailer hitch on the back there. And we'll just move in on the bike and bring in some other points on it. Let me just go around it first so you get a look at the whole thing. I apologize for bouncing around with the photo. We've got the headlights, of course, and the lights down here are fog lamps. I ride with those on all the time anyway. To me it's safer. I'm going to turn it off so you can hear me without the sound of the engine. Okay, as you can see, I've got oil pressure gauge over here that I added. That's not stock. That used to be the fuel gauge. And then I've got a voltmeter over there, which I added. That used to be the water temperature. Where we have those two things now is in the dash panel. I'll let this light up. I should have... The blinking light you see is the emergency brake. Over here. Let me turn the sound down a little bit. Okay, over here is the displays. Let me go around the bike a little bit. Now you can see that the gasoline now is digital. It's inside that little thing there. And the water temperature is digital, and that's a yellow bar. Those are on all machines. You just have to bring them up. There's a control here on the pad that you can, there's the iPod. It gives you a readout. And of course you can switch songs from the handlebars on the iPad or iPhone, whichever. And that mode button also takes you to your trip meter, also takes you to other things that you can do to set, such as the blend of the speakers front and rear and side to side. But we're going to turn her down a bit and go on to some other stuff. The handlebar controls are here. You've got your high and low beams, of course. You've got your mode for what I was just doing. Your set takes you to other things, such as I'm on iPad, but then we can go to FM right now. And then we can also go to weather radio. That's AM band. Now we're on the weather channel. I don't know whether... See if we can pick up any weather. No. Don't appear to be getting much weather channel information at the present time. Okay, we'll leave that. Up here on the dash, we've got, of course, your GPS. This is opens the front trunk when you push this button. Front trunk goes up. This is your heated handle grips. You got high and low settings. This is your air shock on the rear. You've got a soft and a hard setting, and you can graduate that. That goes up, I think 4 different ones, and this is the fog lamp switch. Over here we have the cruise control switch. You just turn it on, push down to set. This is your reverse gear switch. Here you have full reverse. It's pretty quick in reverse. And this is your paddle shifter. Plus to shift up, and then on the other side, this way to shift down. It does automatically shift itself on the downshift if you wish. This is your gas door filler, sitting on an Ultimate seat. The Ultimate is the most comfortable of all the seats. It has a backrest that swings down so you can swing your leg up over there to mount. Here we have a glove compartment, and that's about all it's good for is the gloves, although I keep the keys to the gas tank in there as well. These are air wings, Baker air wings. If you're not familiar with them, you turn them this way in the summertime and you get cool air coming back to the driver. In the wintertime we close them down and you keep engine heat, keeping the driver warm. The frunk I mentioned, that I just push the button to open, is fairly deep. It's got a liner in it. We keep things in it like flashlights, toolkits. I keep my atlas, and it is quite deep because I keep a helmet in there as well, so it's good size. Front here, the black thing that's underneath the front end, that's an addition I put on to protect the front end from things like roadkill or stones that come up that might damage the front end or the undercarriage. These vents are chrome plated. That's an option from Can-Am, and the lower vent is also chrome plated. Of course, the floorboards for the passenger, for the driver, and these are the floorboards for the passenger, and they are adjustable. You loosen off the bolt down here and you can raise and lower these to suit the passenger. The passenger also gets to control these grips, which are also heated for the passenger. There's a high and a low and an off for the passenger. On the other side of the machine, there's some passenger controls for volume and the station on the headset, but I do not have the Can-Am headset, and you need the Can-Am headset to control that device there. This is the back case, and it opens, and we have in here the Sena dongle that you turn on and off, and it controls the stereo output to your headset. I just keep a iPod here and I plug the iPod in and that comes in through my headset, or as you saw, it can also play on the other side. This is got a shelf, and when you open it up, it's quite deep down inside. Lots of room for storage in there. Side case is open from back there, and we have luggage. That is the Can-Am soft-sided luggage, but it's rigid, and you keep stuff in there. I have the luggage from both sides. I think pretty much that's everything. I went with the rubberized antenna. It's just a lot easier to maneuver, and the big antenna was hitting on my garage when I went in, so I got rid of it. And I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, I did not mention, let me turn this on for a second. I forgot to mention the electric windshield, which is a nice plus. We'll just start the machine up. This control over here raises and lowers the windshield. So the windshield comes up full size and then comes all the way down. That's very handy in the rainstorms. You can see it idling or hear it idling at about 1400 RPM. That's a little faster than, say, Harley's idle, but that's just the nature of the beast. It likes to run a little high. It makes its power around 4500 to 5500 RPM. So you don't use your full range of gears on a Spyder. Very rarely do I ever get into fifth gear. I only go into fifth gear at 65 plus. On the trips we've probably taken the most all the time. We travel on the highways in fourth gear and leave it there. And then it gets into the sweet spot range where the engine makes its best power around 5000 RPM, also gives you your best gas mileage. Okay, I think that's about it.